Stacy, the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacy style. And today I am so excited to share one of my Christmas gifts, a very unexpected gift that arrived at my door. And it's a deck that has been on my wish list from Etsy for quite some time. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so we are checking out the Moonlight Dream Tarot, a deck and guidebook. It includes 4 extra cards. I'm excited about that. This is from Team Hermit Haven, and this came from an Etsy shop. And you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that sometimes I get a little bored, a little stir crazy at night while I'm, downloading and, sort of decompressing. And I'll get on there and look on Etsy or on eBay for hours and hours and create a wish list of all of the different decks that I want. And so this has been on my list for quite some time, and a beloved client surprised me with it, and I'm absolutely in awe. So first of all, the deck is absolutely beautiful. My client said she bought it because Team Hermit Haven was in Canada, so that was just really cool that she wanted to honor my Canadian heritage. So it is a magnetic box, which I love. In the moonlight's embrace, may your journey be filled with visions and revelations, where the light of the night guides you to the depths of intuition and the heights of cosmic insight. Wow. Moonlight Dream Tarot. I'm loving the imagery. This makes me think of the Judgment card, the Judgment Angel. All right, let's check this out. So loving it so far. Loving the presentation and the look. It's a very glossy, very shiny book. The cards are linen, so not as shiny, so that's good. We've got black and white here, a letter to you, the dreamer. We have the major and minor arcana. Okay, so there's a little bit of color to some of these, but again, it's a moonlight deck, so the color is that blue gray, and I love that. I have to tell you, I have so much blue gray in my house. I love the blue gray color and energy. So it does come with a picture of all of each of the cards, and it shows the symbology. So let's just take a look here. 10 of Wands. It's pointing to a starlit path, symbolizes the road ahead. Distant castle symbolizes impending success. Posture of struggling forward represents persistence and determination. A signpost by the road represents progress and achievements. And the figure bent over carrying wands symbolizes burdens and responsibilities. Wow, that is so cool. They do a description, they do the upright keywords and a description, the interpretation, and then they do a reversed keywords and interpretation as well. Chalices is cups, it looks like here. Knight of Wands. Let's see if they stick to the... So wands, chalices, swords, and pentacles. All right, so I love that. That's incredible. Love that they've got the cards banded to protect the card energy. Look at the beautiful silver rainbowy gilding. Absolutely gorgeous. So it's on a linen cardstock, very decent quality for a linen cardstock. It's definitely reversible. I love that we have here a lotus flower with, it's like the Big Bang. It's like the galaxy. The star is the light. And then we have, each of the points of the petals is star-kissed. So absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving the blue-gray energy. Let's take a peek. Here we have the Fool. Oh, loving this. So definitely looking out over the horizon. He's got his trusty little dog with him. There's a lot of light coming from him as well. He's excited. It's a starlit path. He's being divinely guided here. Nothing to be afraid of. Ooh, the Magician. So we have that infinity sign. He's got his trusty wand. And with some symbolism there. The starlit path is lighting the way. He's got all of his resources, the cup, the wand, the pentacle, or the coin, and the sword. I love that he's working with water. He's hooded, so we're not saying, actually, I'm saying he, but it could be a she as well. It could be male or female. And I love that. We're seeing a little bit of reflection. And so he's got all of the resources to be able to make this work. The high priestess. So we're seeing her like she's in the negative space. So I can tell that it's a woman. We're seeing the front of her, but we're seeing her kind of in silhouette. And I love that the moon is a crescent moon above her. And there's a hint of pillars, but everything is very kind of minimalist. She's reading something, and her whole heart is the galaxy. The Empress. So the figures, it looks like, are going to be in this silhouette, which I absolutely love. This would be the only type of human that I could actually draw because I can't do all of the, the detail, or not can't, but I just have not ever learned. It's not a skill or a talent that I've ever had. And I'm loving that the flower that she's holding that at her sacral chakra. And so that, the Empress is sexuality, sensuality, creative expression, and flow, in the ocean of our emotion. And so I'm really loving that in very subtle, sort of minimalistic, simplistic ways, they're expressing the chakra that this card represents. And she's got a lot going on her crown. There's a lot of starlit energy. That's, the source energy is guiding the path. The Emperor, same thing. Maybe not necessarily in the sacral chakra. His is more the solar plexus chakra, that divine masculine energy, the movement forward, feeling confident, feeling very much about the connection to the now, to the action oriented of the now. But it's also a starlit path, and almost looks like an eye. He's got an eagle with him as well, which is beautiful, the Hierophant. So traditional Pope kind of energy here, opening up. It's almost like, the Pope that's being consecrated, comes out for the first time to announce to all of his fans, all of the stars in the sky, to announce his papacy. The Lovers. Oh, I'm loving this. So we have the beautiful angel. So similar to the angel on the guide book cover, but slightly different. She's working with a star in her hands rather than smoke. And we have, the quintessential lovers in front of the tree of life. The Chariot, beautiful. Someone who, under the cloak of night, in the moonlight, is also moving from, I like to say, island A to island B, moving on to a new adventure. Beautiful. The Strength card. Loving that. The Hermit. So very traditional nods to the RWS system, the Rider-Waite-Smith, on a journey, a solo journey. Here he's got an hourglass and the lantern, understanding that, time is of the essence to learn yourself. We only have this one life in this one body. Of course we reincarnate, but we never reincarnate into this body again, into this aspect of our soul. And so make it count. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. I love that it's an eye, and we have all the constellations represented. We've got two sort of ghostly figures, and then we've got, and it's the soul, right? The two souls meeting together, the young boy and the old man. Justice. Her head is down. She is ascertaining what is the appropriate method of justice here that needs to be met. The Hanged Man, loving the kind of the roots of the tree, the roots in that starlit path, hanging by the light of the moon. Death, so a traditional sort of Grim Reaper style, but all in white. Not a scary figure, more a figure that brings purity. Temperance, balance, giving water, giving love, giving light, part of its path, sharing that with the bird on the beach. Beautiful. The Devil. So being chained to our vices, being chained to our vices. Are we going to, it's written in the stars, you can pay attention to that, or you can live small. It's up to you. Go big or go home. The Tower card. Wow. So this person is down on the ground watching this happen. Unexpected. Maybe she's there to break this person's fall, to help this person out. But the lightning has struck. Things will never be the same. The Star card. Beautiful. Oh, I love me a star card. When I get a beautiful star card in a deck, I know I'm going to love that deck. The Moon, the two wolves baying at the moon. There's a tower in the background. We have a lobster that is showing itself coming out of the water. And there's a beautiful mountain, the hint of a mountain and a little path in the background. The sun, beautiful. So still moonlit, but we've got the light of the sun that's coming around it. There's a lot of smoke coming off of this. Wow, this is just gorgeous. I'm loving this deck. I'm such a color person, but I feel like with this deck, you don't really need the color. It's like the colors are implied, and it's just so beautiful, and it's envisioning that you almost see the color without needing to see the color. This is really speaking to my soul. Judgment. So I was wrong about that angel being the judgment angel, because this looks very different. And she's, again, made up of the constellations, the astrology of things, the zodiac signs. There are all of these figures in these little boats, and she's calling them to life. Are you ready for the next adventure? The World. Oh, I love it. It's like she's at a concert and she's waving the phone. The phone with the light, and they're waving the phone with the light, waving the glow sticks, creating. It's like she's created this circle around her. She's created the magic. Ace of Wands. Love that. I love me a good Ace of Wands card, and that's beautiful. Two of Wands. So direction, moving ahead. Three of Wands, beautiful. So again, a standard nod to the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, but done in its own style. Four of Wands, coming together in celebration, acknowledging the moon and its power. Five of Wands. So learning how to work through adversity, learning teamwork. We don't have to like each other to work together. That's what I keep hearing in my head. Six of Wands, that's victory. Seven of Wands, control, defensiveness, people wanting something from you. And where's your energy at for that? Eight of Wands, swift release. Nine of Wands, that beautiful card of control. She's resilient, but she's freaking exhausted, right? It's that perseverance. It's okay, I've worked really hard to get where it is that I'm at. Am I done yet? 10 of Wands, rewards and the burdens that go with it. Okay, I gathered all the wands, and now I've got a new journey. Do I really need to take them all with me? Page of Wands. Oh, beautiful. So excited and curious and enthusiastic about life. Here we have a hint of a double rainbow. Beautiful. Knight of Wands. So moving forward with confidence, with boldness, a little bit of charisma going on. Queen of Wands. Oh, she's with her lion. Beautiful. I love the flame in all of that. And again, we see her silhouetted. King of Wands. So all of his charm, all of his charisma, it comes out the top of his head, and he manifests it in front of himself. He brings the fire. He brings the passion. Ace of Chalices. So Ace of Cups. Love this card. So, the peace dove. The peace dove is creating the constellation here. He's got a little bit of a string of the constellation in his mouth. I think that's just incredible. He's moving it around so that you can get the star stuff in your cup. Two of Chalices, so that soulmate energy, connecting, the soulmate energy, the healing that's happening. We have a caduceus in the back. We're seeing reflections of the night sky. They're on a bridge, and there's water under the bridge. Three of Chalices, celebration. Each of them has their own way of expressing themselves, and they come together in joy and celebration of that. 4 of chalices. So, getting a little lost, crying over spilled milk, putting your focus on the wrong thing. 5 of chalices, loss, grief, sadness. But if you look up, that's the new journey. That's the next adventure. Follow the light. 6 of chalices, nostalgia. Looking back at the past, seeing where you've come, seeing where you are now, and then giving yourself permission to explore what is to come. 7 of chalices, that dreams and illusions, the choice that's offered. And again, we're seeing a beautiful rainbow being depicted. So far, that's the only sort of splash of color, other color than this, sort of the gray-blue palette that we're seeing. I think it's gorgeous. 8 of chalices, letting go, walking away. It's written in the stars. Your pathway is here. Yes, it's unknown. You don't know exactly what you're getting into, but it's better than where you've been. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. 9 of chalices, beautiful. So wishes fulfilled. And I love that there's like a DNA strand here. So activation is occurring. Awareness of yourself as a soul being. 10 of chalices, the ideal outcome. I love this. This is one of the cards that got me excited about this deck. Page of chalices. Oh, this is a gorgeous deck. So Page of Cups, she's in the water. She's in the ocean of her emotion. She is in the creative flow and she's inspired. Knight of chalices, Knight of Cups. Queen of chalices, so relaxed, enjoying what the world has to offer her. King of chalices, I love that there's a swan here. Ace of swords, beautiful. I love the smoke. 2 of swords, so having choices to make. 3 of swords, a storm coming, betrayal, the cloud, the injury, the injury through the word, healing the heart space. Harnessing the energy, learning the lesson. 4 of swords, meditation, taking a step back, truce, rest. 5 of swords, conflict. I always like to say, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? 6 of swords, moving on to calmer shores, leaving behind what disrupted your peace. 7 of swords, a card of integrity, also a card of strategy. This is the first time where I've seen all of the swords are kind of like in a bucket. It's not like she's having to hold the swords in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, he's holding it blade in his hand. So it's like, why would you cut your hand? Why wouldn't you hold it at the hilt? Well, because to hold it at the hilt, you can't take more than 1 or 2 at a time. And that's the challenge here too, like greediness, right? Like taking on what isn't yours or taking more than what you need and leaving the 2 swords behind, but not wanting to. 8 of swords, beautiful. So this is a card of entrapment, and on the other side of it, it's liberation. And this just screams to me liberation. 9 of swords, the anxiety, the nightmare. I'm getting caught up in the nightmare rather than in the lesson and the love. 10 of swords, endings, finalities. You can't go backwards. There's only room to move forward. Move into, pursue the light. Again, pursue the light. Move into the next adventure. It may be challenging, but you can't grow anymore here. Page of swords, beautiful, thoughtful energy. Knight of swords. Queen of swords. Ooh. King of swords. Oh, interesting star formations here. Oops. Ace of pentacles, planting of seeds. And here we have a very defined hand. Nothing silhouetted. 2 of pentacles, balance, harmony, alignment, resource. 3 of pentacles, people working together to clean something up, to create something new. 4 of pentacles, getting away from it all, really evaluating where you're at this time. 5 of pentacles, So a long journey, anxiety, worry, you're in the snow, and they're not walking close to the shelter that is available to them. They keep walking. If they just paid attention, if they just knew to ask, we can ask for what it is that we need. We can get out of the cold. 6 of Pentacles, interesting, giving and receiving. 7 of Pentacles, harvest, reaping the rewards of the harvest. There's an empty cage here. I think that's really interesting. 8 of Pentacles. So I'm noticing here that we still see silhouette, but there's a little more definition to the faces. I wonder if that's because when we talk about the pentacles, the suit of pentacles, it's the earth, it's the health and the wealth, it's the thoughts that have now become things, they've become tangible. And so there's a little more tangibility to the imagery. I love that subtlety. I also love that there's all these paintbrushes. He's perfecting his craft. 9 of Pentacles, arriving. These are my skills. I've worked really hard to get to where it is that I am, and I'm willing to share it with the world. 10 of Pentacles, legacy. Here we're seeing a house, a church, people heading into the house space or the church space, coming together, celebrating what has been created. And all the pentacles are in the Kabbalah tree of life. Page of Pentacles, beautiful. So he's looking at the potential. He's examining it. He's curious. The whole point of this is not, he wants to figure out how this all works. He does the experiment for the sake of the experiment. He wants to learn. Knight of Pentacles. Kind of a cowboy-esque feel, a cowboy silhouette, taking the time, being leisurely. Queen of Pentacles, focusing on all that she has created. The rabbit, the abundance that she brings to the table. King of Pentacles, having all of your needs met, but being a bit once removed in this particular depiction. Looking over the kingdom, but not being one of, being once removed. That's interesting. I've never seen a depiction like that. I like that. A Moonlight charging card. Okay, so these are the 4 extra cards. So we have a Moonlight charging card. We have a Moonlight purification card. We have a Moonlight manifestation card. And a silver thread connection card. Ooh, loving these. Oh my goodness, guys. This is incredible. This Moonlight Dream Tarot. I'm so excited to have this. So in true Stacey style, we are going to shuffle these bad boys up, and I'm going to pull a card to let you know if you want to work with this deck, this is how this deck is going to work with you. This is the one that's calling to me. Oh, I love it. Queen of Swords. So this deck is going to be extremely thoughtful. This deck is going to give you well thought out guidance, well thought out imagery. It's also going to encourage you to be very intuitional about it. In fact, this is an excellent card to read intuitionally rather than reading the system of tarot. Loving all of the smoke, even the butterfly is kind of half transformed. And I feel like part of that is it's like when you've put a lot of thought into a situation and you're ready to put it out into the world, you're ready to manifest it, you let the universe know, hey, these are the ideas that I have, and now bring me the resources that I need to actually make it happen. And so I feel like that's exactly what this deck is going to give you, it's going to give you the inspired information that you need, and then it's going to give you actionable steps. Here's what you need to look for. Here's what you need to do next in order to be able to move ahead and get to where it is that you want to go, see that dream realized. And let's just take a look here and read what the message is for this particular Queen of Swords. Okay, so I'll point out here, the rising mist represents fluidity of thought, highlighting the air element of the sword suit. The crowned queen symbolizes insight and direct communication. Butterfly symbolizes transformation of thoughts, so thoughts into things. And the straight sword in her hand represents judgment and invitation. Interesting. Okay, here's the message. At the center of the image is a crowned queen holding a straight sword, symbolizing insight and the ability to communicate directly. Butterflies fluttering around represent the transformation and adaptability of thoughts. Mist rising from the ground not only symbolizes the fluidity of thinking, but also highlights the connection of the sword's suit with an air element. The entire scene exudes an aura of wisdom and acuity, showcasing the ability for clear judgment and direct expression. Upright, this is independence, mental clarity, truth, intellect, and fairness. The interpretation here is the Queen of Swords represents mental clarity, independence, and the pursuit of truth. She is a figure of an intellect and reason, unafraid to speak her mind and stand up for what is right. This card symbolizes fairness, honesty, and the ability to make decisions with clarity and wisdom. The Queen of Swords encourages you to trust your intellect, seek the truth, and communicate your thoughts clearly and assertively. The reverse keywords: coldness, harshness, overcritical, emotional detachment. When reversed, the Queen of Swords can indicate coldness or emotional detachment. You may be overly critical or harsh in your judgments, focusing too much on intellect and logic at the expense of compassion. This card suggests the need to find a balance between mental clarity and emotional sensitivity. The reversed Queen of Swords urges you to soften your approach and be mindful of how your words and actions impact others. Wow, guys. Okay, so that is our Moonlight Dream Tarot from Hermit Haven. And I just have to say to you, like, this deck, I'm just really excited about this. Like I said, I've had this on my wish list for a little while. The fact that my super generous, super sweet client gifted me this is just, I have no words for it. And I loved sharing this with you. I cannot wait to work with this deck. This deck speaks my language. It sings my song, my soul song, and I'm excited about that. So, hope you enjoyed this edition of Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacey style. Please feel free to let me know what you thought about this in the comments. Let's start a dialogue. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, become one of my fabulous phoenixes, click the join button and choose which of the 3 tiers of membership suits you. Would love to be able to connect with you in this way. Until we see you for another episode of Black Feather Couture, Divining a VIP Life, sending you lots of love, lots of support. We will see you on the flip side, and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture, Divining the VIP Life.